the current patriarch of comedy house.
Oh, all
right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joel Elliott.
All right. Wow. Thank you, Maggie Myers. My name is Joel Elliott. You can follow my awkward handle on Twitter by following @awkwardhandle on Twitter. I'm recovering from a divorce. I've had a rough year. I'm recovering from a divorce, and because as divorces go, it was a doozy. I'm also recovering from a short stint of homelessness last year. So I'm rebuilding my life, rebuilding it up from nothing, and I've made some progress. At this point in my life, I have next to nothing. So that's better. That's a weird thing. I just want to point out, when you have nothing, when you have literally nothing, you get this perspective. You're like, wow, I feel like I know what life is about now. It's not about the material things. When you have next to nothing, it's just depressing. You just feel poor. And so, I don't know. We're working our way through that. And, after 10 years of being with the same person, now I'm trying to get back into the dating scene, which is, it's going okay, I guess. All right, it's not going that well. I've been trying to turn to the dating apps because it's 2015, and you know how software, when you download things, it suggests that you should get other things. I've downloaded so many dating apps at this point that the Google Play Store is just suggesting I get help. Maybe you should get. And it started out easy, It was like, hey, maybe you would enjoy this game. It's a tower defense game called Lonely Birds. And then it was like, hey, you know what? Maybe you should download WebMD. There's a lot of stuff about psychology that maybe you should read. Now they're just saying, just get help, dude. We're worried about you. The Google Play Store judges me. But I didn't come here to talk about myself, okay? I didn't come here to talk about myself. Okay, I did come here to talk about myself, but we're doing a special thing tonight, so I gotta go up here and roast Mr. Scott Eason here. But how do you roast a guy? I mean, he's done so much for the comedy scene. How do you roast a guy that, and apart from that, how do you roast a guy that's got a personality like a flower pot? I don't know what to get into. No, seriously though, Scott has been to so many comedy shows. He's impervious at this point. He's just he's like a Buddha statue when we're up here trying to tell jokes. If you make Scott laugh, it's like you did something. Because he's like a brick wall. I just don't know where to start with Scott. I have known Scott for the better part of a year. I've hung out with Scott, we've hung out together. I only know 3 things about this man because he's just so closed off. Number 1, I know he does comedy. Number 2, I know he works at a print shop because he prints the posters for the comedy shows. And number 3, I know that he's happily married. And that is the one that gets me the most because that calls into question the first fact. This is a happily married man who is a comedian. Have you looked at the divorce rates lately? The divorce rates in the general population is 60% or so. Amongst professional stand-up comedians, the divorce rate is 125%. I don't know how we've gotten above 100%, but maybe divorcing the same person multiple times. I don't know. We're bad at relationships. That's just a standard of stand-up comedians. And so I'm starting to wonder if Scott is even real. I was having a conversation with my roommate the other day. We're starting to believe that possibly, all the rest of us comedians here in Huntsville just wanted a comedy scene so bad that we Tyler Durden Scott into existence. He's not even there. We just want it so bad. I don't know. It might be true. And, the first rule of Huntsville comedy is no matter what the topic of conversation is, you always talk about Huntsville comedy. That's the first rule. The second rule of Huntsville comedy is no matter how bored the person is that you're talking to, you always talk about Huntsville comedy. That's it. And the third rule of Huntsville comedy if you don't come to my shows, you're not getting booked on nothing.
Yeah.
So, I'm joking, of course, I'm joking. But there's a kernel of truth to every joke, so in case that one is true, I'll see you all tomorrow night on the sports page. Yeah! Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Maggie Myers. You have been great. I, on the other hand, have been Joel Elliott.
Yes!